St. Paul. So many people to thank, including Terrence Dixon, also J.K. Media. What's up, Joseph? Beautiful setup. We also have in the studio with us the one and only Angela Beard Hardy.
What's up?
Simple Wellness.
Yeah, Simple Wellness here in Day Spa, where finally it's all about you.
It's all about you.
That's right. Massage, skincare, hair, nails, detox. Give us a call.
Terra Cafe, 25th and St. Paul. They wanted to make sure that we plug this gospel brunch that's coming up on Easter Sunday, 4/16, here at Terra 2. As a matter of fact, that's where we are right now. Not in Terra 1, but in Terra 2. Terrence, you ain't gonna show your face? He ain't gonna show none of his faces. He ain't got this funky fresh gear. You know, Terrence be ragged up. But he's in work mode right now. But it's the gospel brunch on Easter Sunday. And also tonight, 6 to 9 times?
6 to 9.
6 to 9 here at Terra 2. This is Terra 2. Terra 1 is next door. This is Terra 2 with the red brick slaves. With the red bricks from the Eastern Shore made by slaves. Seriously, real talk. And so that's the real beauty of this room. But he's going to be displaying some of the new menu items for Terra 2 at tonight's meeting. What is tonight's meeting? On entrepreneurship, of course. That's where Terrence lives, eats, and breathes entrepreneurship. So tonight, we'll have a whole bunch of people come out here to Terra 2, and it's a big meeting, 6 to 9 p.m., Terra Cafe. Is that correct, Terrence?
Terra Cafe, Terra 2.
Terra 2.
And it's free.
And it's free. No charge?
No charge.
You didn't want to charge anything?
Nah, we're going to grow our community.
Okay. All right. Come on in, Alexis. Come on in, Alexis.
Captives.
All right, we have with us, we are blessed to have with us the one and only Gary Elder. He's going to be co-hosting, running things. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm on this side of the door.
Okay, you got some jazz history for us this morning. Just give him a sample of what you're gonna be giving up. This man's a veteran. He knows almost everything about jazz, almost everything that ever was.
No, actually, I just happen to be the person lucky enough to be able to find the answer to everything that goes on. That's the key.
Okay, so
today we're going to simply acknowledge the birth of one of the legends, the divine one, Sassy, Sarah Vaughan.
Sarah Vaughan, Sassy. Is that her CD?
That's her CD, and right behind that is one that Sarah was so good that Carmen McRae, a legend out of New York, Shirley Horn, a legend out of Washington, D.C., combined their talents and did an album dedicated to Sarah.
Wow. Wow.
America's classical music, my man.
America's classical music. All right. All right. Alexis, how you doing?
Good morning, Donnie. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
That's Alexis, y'all. He's got a birthday coming up, April 16th.
Easter.
Your birthday on Easter. Wow. Talk about the resurrection. All right. Wow. What's up, Lex? What you working on? BlackBusinessReview.net. That's your new baby.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Working on BlackBusinessReview.net, which is.
Don't get shy now. How would you yell at me like when you be calling me 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm trying to get out the door?
Yelling is for you one-on-one.
All excited. BlackBusinessReview.net. Donnie, you don't know about it?
Yeah, and also with Black Business Review.
Is he blushing?
We're also picking up on
Black man
Instagram. We
blushing.
just hit 26,000 followers on Instagram.
How many?
26,000. We think we're gonna get 100 by October.
What?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
The growth is exactly.
Give him a round of applause. He clowning out the gate. How you get 20? Did you buy them?
Can't buy these. It's all organic.
Organic. Okay.
It means you interact with your customer. You work back and forth with them all day, every day.
That's what you do.
It creates growth. Yeah.
Okay.
We got a couple people working on it, but it works.
No, I heard you got a serious team. I heard your team's in New York, Chicago, and LA.
And London.
Woo.
Woo!
Don't forget London.
Woo! Okay.
And I'm working on a book. I'm releasing a book in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
He's got a book.
51 Business Essentials.
Okay. I heard a famous writer might be having a line or two in the book.
My stock just went up.
Your stock just went up. That's good. Stock always good to go up.
What made you do the Black Business Review?
a lot inspired by you, so a lot of things you're doing. So I want to look at it from more of a national perspective, or more global perspective. I want to get the message out where people, stories aren't normally getting picked up by mainstream. I sort of run that that kind of like Huffington Post model. We have some AP stories, then we have some writers that submit stories. So we're pretty excited about the book.
Okay.
Yeah. So inspiration.
I hear you go to New York every other weekend just to push this Black Business Review. While everybody else is on the golf course, they tell me that you are out grinding, catching a boat up to New York and back.
No, I'm not catching. I'm in New York every other week, but I'm not.
You ain't on the boat?
I'm on the train.
That boat is really
Oh yeah. No, not the bus. No.
the mega bus.
No, sir.
What's
Never.
it? What's it?
Boat bus.
No.
That's not you.
No.
I could have sworn I saw you
No, you never see me ever. Never.
sitting next to the,
No,
to
sir.
the old man
No,
with,
sir.
with all them bags.
No, sir.
The bag
No, sir.
man. Okay.
It's a nice thing. There's nothing wrong with the bus. The bus is a good thing.
It's affordable.
It's very affordable, but it's not. I mean, I'm 6'4" and 260.
A
So.
little tight,
Yeah.
like flying economy, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, you know anything about jazz?
A little bit. I'm a Miles Davis fan.
Okay.
Always have.
Okay. Mr. Allaby, can you give us some more trivia about some jazz? And we think the world of you, man. Me and him ain't talked since the election. I had to make him, I fessed up.
I wasn't going there with you. Leave it alone. Let them sleeping dogs lie. Jazz, trivia facts. Well, for one thing, many people don't know that Sarah Vaughan was like Ella Fitzgerald. She won the amateur contest at the Apollo Theater in Harlem. And that was what launched her career. As a result of that, she got an invitation to join the Father's Band, Earl Father Hines, as a second pianist. And when Billy Eckstein left that band and went and started his band, Sarah Vaughan went along with him and became his pianist, working with the greats, Art Blakey and Dexter Gordon and all the other cats until she embarked on her solo career around 1945.
Okay.
And she was a monster.
Okay. Who is your favorite artist? Is that a fair question?
My favorite artist, I gotta agree with my buddy here. Miles Davis was out there, you know, but I happen to like the pre-electric Miles. I'm kind of like Bags Man, Milt Jackson, vibraphonist for Modern Jazz Quartet. He was a fanatic about the pre-electric Miles, and when Miles went fusion, he lost Milt Jackson altogether. But yeah, I like that motor mood. I like that muted trumpet. That was a distinct sound. And after all, he took one of our friends out of Baltimore. He took Gary Box on the road with him. So.
Some greats came out of Baltimore. Lex, you ever heard of Dennis Chambers? Is Dennis Chambers the greatest drummer in the world?
No, but then this is probably one of the
Ooh.
funkiest drummers in the world.
Who's the greatest drummer in the world?
There is no greatest drummer in the world. Everybody brings something different to the table.
Well, see, you
can't
just
pair.
changed the whole education. I got, they told me Dennis Chambers
Oh,
from Baltimore, now in Ramstown, is the greatest drummer in the world.
Is this the first time you found out education let you down?
Ooh.
Come
Ooh.
on, bro, don't put that out there.
Ooh.
But
Mr.
you
King,
have heard of Dennis. You've heard Dennis
I've heard
Chambers
that, yes.
because he played with Funkadelic and he was also with Santana.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, he's one of the best.
Speaking of Santana, did you see the quote that Carlos Santana recently released? He said that all music is black music.
Puerto Rican, black, it all traces back. So, well, look, now that you've been looking at history, don't you realize the deeper they dig, the blacker it gets? Dr. Ivan Van Sertima told us that.
Wow.
You know?
That takes us right to the black Indians. Lex, I put up this video of black Indians.
Yes.
It got 15 million hits, and then all kinds of comments came from Native Americans. We're gonna take a break. From Native Americans, from Mexicans, and then also from other black people. But I am of the firm belief when it was reported that Columbus discovered America.
How do you discover something that's not only occupied but being used at the time you discover it?
It's called revisionist history. It's somebody rewriting. But see, you got to remember what was happening prior to 1492. The Moors were running the world. Dog. For 700 years. Woo, amazing blood. 700 years, the Moors died.
And if the boat doesn't sink, the ocean currents will bring you right to North America.
Did you know that, Lex? So y'all seen the Olmec heads? Those big stone heads? All in Mexico? The Olmec heads. Big stone heads. Well, there are those, like some people say, oh no, they were made here in Mexico. But did you see the nose? Did you see how wide the nose is? How Afrocentric? I mean, that's an Afrocentric nose. You gotta agree, amigo. That's a wide nose. And the lips. Them lips. Them lips make black people say they some big lips. Come on. I mean, it's just very African. But some people say, no, it's not African. It's, you know, Mexicano. But whatever the case, African ain't that far. And then you look at also the art. Have you ever seen the art of the Mayans? The Mayan art? Did you see the people in the Mayan art? They are brown and they are jet black. You can't mistake that. Look, I found pictures of some black Indians. I mean some black Stevie type black Indians.
Find black Chinese.
Yeah. But then, there are those who saying, oh, you African Americans always trying to hijack culture.
No, we don't have to hijack it down here. You can get white from black. It's impossible to get black from white. It's that simple. If you were made out of 100 pounds of clay, what color was that clay? Because it wasn't pale.
I agree.
All right, so that ended that discussion as far as I was concerned. They ran out of ammunition on me.
Lex, the Black Business Review, what can we expect to see in the months to come?
So what's important now, we're moving heavily into events. Right? We're doing an event in Bahamas, a golf tournament. We also have a golf tournament in Bowie. We're doing a golf tournament, and then we're doing a Women of Powers event, and it's going to be in New York City. So we got a few things planned ahead, and we're pretty excited about it. So we want to get the information out to all the people who are excited about news, about the online news. So we're excited about going forward.
Okay. So Angie, what do you think? How we doing?
So I'm great.
Okay.
Always learning something new and always empowering and coming together. So.
Angie said that we had to do this. She said there was no need. She said we like runaway slaves. We getting up out of here. We want to get some freedom today.
It was time.
It was time.
It was time. It was time to shine.
Yep, and you're always ahead of the curve. So people moving from print, people moving away from print, and you still have this sort of generation still a little bit in the print and then some into online. But then there's this huge generation of 25 to 44-year-olds who are strictly getting all the information from online, and now you have this massive amount of people who have mobile phones. So kind of like with your growth you've had over the years, getting close to 1 million hits in a year and things like that, you look like you're preparing to go into the next century. This is a natural progression for you to move from not just radio, continuing radio, but also now to do these sort of live interactions, and you'll quickly go obviously from 20 to 30,000 to 1 million views once you start replicating this behavior.
What was that Facebook Live that you showed me the other night? Was Rakim and Nas?
Rakim and Nas, and they had, I think I watched Rakim and Nas on Wednesday, and it was at 9 o'clock, and it started out at 800,000 views. 20 minutes into it, they were at 2.5 million people watching. Rakim and Nas.
2.5 million people on Facebook Live. Rakim and Nas.
Yep.
Is that hot?
Yes.
That's powerful.
Yes.
Rakim and Nas
Yeah.
on Facebook Live.
And I'm sure you'll be there. I'm sure you'll be there with your reach from a political and a business standpoint. You're reaching people on a much massive basis, which you're preparing to do that. It looks like you're getting there.
What was it, 2009? You said, John, you gotta get on Facebook. I looked at you like you was cockeyed crazy.
Yeah.
That's the one, either one?
Yes, that's the future. This is where this is going. Like now you have this whole new urban area, these urban areas throughout the country, everyone has mobile phones now. And the world now is about who can get content to people in the inner cities. And if you can get
You gonna put them on there?
that'll grow your business.
Okay.
So we're pretty excited about it.
Speaking of which, I put up a video of Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
Lex, guess who I get a call from yesterday? Now mind you, Once I put up the Black Indian video, you're getting calls from all over the country, and it's just, you know, it's because a lot of people are proud of their Native American roots. And you got those people caught up in semantics. You can't say Black Indians, you gotta say Black Native Americans, all that. Okay, fine. I get a phone call from Harriet Tubman's great niece last night.
That's a good one-on-one interview.
Yes, it is, and she's gonna be on the next show. Matter of fact, we got somebody on the line now. I think if Mr. King, no, we're gonna bring him in now?
Yeah.
We gotta call her right now. Is this the, I'm from Florida?
Yep. I got y'all on break right now, commercial type of thing.
Okay. Or should we hold?
2, 1, live.
I'd like to welcome you back to the Doni Glover Show. Again, special gospel jazz brunch on Easter Sunday here at Terra Cafe. Actually at Terra 2. $39, live music, eclectic music. Entrees with unlimited designer, waffle, and fresh fruit station. 2 seating times, 12 to 2 and 3 to 5. So just go to Terra Cafe, be more. Also tonight here at Terra Cafe, there's going to be a meeting on entrepreneurship from 6 to 9 p.m. That's 25th and St. Paul, 101 East 25th Street. Do come out. They will have samples of the new food that will be presented here at Terra 2. Not Terra 1, but Terra 2. Also, special thank you to Commercial Group. They're one of our contractors here in the state of Maryland. Murphy Law Firm, Billy Murphy. Land of Kush down on Utah and MLK, landofkush.com. Citywide mobile dry cleaning. Beauty Plus, they're right down the street, 2107 North Charles Street. Is actually the only black-owned beauty supply store here in the city of Baltimore. Santa Maria's Dino Cacarolas. I can't use the word that he calls me. He calls me a dirty word in Greek, but he's a great advertiser. They have great shrimp salad and also great crab cakes right in the heart of Sandtown. And Simple Wellness Hair and Day Spa. You want to do that plug?
Yes. Simple Wellness Hair and Day Spa, where finally it's all about you. Give us a call to schedule your massage, skincare, hair, nails, detox, or an appointment at a private hair loss clinic. Call us at 410
Pick that up so everybody can see it.
Well, that's 410-483-9355. Simple Wellness Hair and Day Spa.
You ever see that commercial? The guy comes on and says, "It's my hair. I can do what I want with my hair.
Yes.
I can do whatever I want. I can mess my hair up if I." You ever
It's
see?
mine.
Well, you got a good commercial like that.
Sounds good.
And y'all do massages?
We do massage, we do skincare, we do hair, nails.
Will your table fit Alexis?
Of course, we go for it. We'll be ready.
Okay. So Alexis, you're in the business. You have the blackbusinessreview.net. Any questions for the conference? Welcome, Mr. Comptroller.
Thank you, Mr. Glover. Always great to see you.
You've been with us through transition after transition, and really, we hope that you know that we are grateful for you. Are you running for governor?
No.
I was quite
Yeah, unless,
Right out the gate.
yeah,
Wow.
no, boy, I'm, that job, as you know, Donnie, is not what it's cranked up to be. It's, you get elected governor, half the people don't like you. And I'm, the comptroller, you know, I have to collect taxes. That's not the greatest job, because people don't like that as their #1 priority, but people like the fact I'm independent and I can be a normal person. As your comptroller, I don't have to become some political, you know, dervish who goes all over the state and tries to be nice to people, and even though you're being nice, just because of the way politics are now, it's not good. So I'm happy being comptroller, but if I ever did become governor for some reason, I would do things like what my dad yesterday was his 95th birthday.
Happy birthday.
I mean, here he is, a World War II veteran, B-24 Navy bomber pilot, still alive, lives in Maryland. Called me, never calls me, except, "Pete, I'm not feeling well, take me to the hospital," or something like that. It's gotta be really serious for him to call me. So he called me yesterday and he said, "Pete, the governor called me and wished me happy birthday." I said, "Dad, isn't that great? What a great thing that Governor Hogan took time out from his schedule to call you and wish you a happy birthday." But the impact that it had on a 95-year-old person who has all his marbles and has this incredible legacy anyway, it was a little window into how important someone like the governor is and the president of the United States can be if they're sensitive to people. And could I know you guys want to ask me some questions, but I wanted to thank Doni Glover for being a media person in an era when the media is on its heels and all sorts of problems associated with it. Doni Glover is out there. What is he doing? He is afflicting the comfortable and holding our feet to the fire and saying, guys, you need to do more. You need to do more. And he wants us to comfort the afflicted. That's what he's asking us to do all the time on his shows. And I just want to say what a big supporter I am of you, Doni, for what you've done, the fact that you're keeping the accountability and the good part of the media, which is holding us responsible and making sure that we're going to do the right thing. So now he's not going to say anything nice things about me. He's going to say that's in the whole
No, I wanted to get you.
I looked at this book, Unapologetically Black, Doni Glover, autobiography. I'm going to buy some copies of this, and I'm going to give it to people because I'd like my son, I'd like my son's peers in their late 20s and early 30s, I'd like them to follow in the footsteps of Doni Glover as far as speaking truth to power.
Speaking of, now that the White House has been lost, we're getting to your favorite topic, to the Republicans. I don't know if Mr. President is a bona fide Republican. He seems to, but anyway, what does the National Democratic Party have to do to regain its footing?
Well, number one, they have to do their jobs. I mean, let's be honest. Democrats hold all the top positions, or many of them, except for governor in Maryland. We have to do our job. I'm doing my job. We've processed 1.5 million tax returns already this year. We've got 3 weeks left in the tax season. We get over $1 billion back to people in refunds within 2 to 3 business days. We're answering hundreds of thousands of phone calls within 40 seconds if you call the 800 MD Taxes number. So do your job. That would be my message to the Democrats, my fellow elected officials.
I mean, do they have to do anything to re-attract the people? And I mean, if you ask me, the presidential election started to go south as soon as Bernie was replaced with Hillary. It seemed a lot of the young people were with Bernie, and then when Hillary was elected, selected, however that goes, nobody went back to get those young people, those millennials.
Well, I don't want to, I'm not a pundit, and I don't want to pontificate to my Democrats. Everybody's got their own ideas about what the Democratic Party should do. I happen to be the top vote getter in the state as far as Democrats. But rather than saying what they should do, could I just give you 2 examples of what they shouldn't do?
Sure.
Number one, I mentioned the tax season. Well, our biggest threat is tax fraud. That's shady tax preparers, largely in economically challenged areas like certain parts of Baltimore, taking advantage of the citizens and filing false tax returns on their behalf. It's a big problem. It's an existential threat to the agency. And we're doing everything we can to fight tax fraud.
You've indicted like 25 already?
Correct. So I asked the legislature, in their wisdom, could they give me the additional investigatory powers that I need to not just prevent the fraud, but actually get a lot more of the people that are perpetrating it in court and have them brought to justice. And they have dragged their feet on this thing. Last year they looked at it, killed it on the last day of the session. It's called the Taxpayer Protection Act. This year they're planning, I guess, to do the same darn thing. I keep saying to them, it doesn't hurt me, because that's apparently what they're trying to do. Send a message, don't pass my bill. It's going to hurt Maryland citizens, many of whom live in economically challenged areas around the state.
So we have members in the Maryland legislature who are hurting the citizens?
Well, here's what's going on. Last year it passed the House unanimously and died in the Senate. This year it passed the Senate unanimously. It's probably going to die in the House. And they all attribute it to who knows what number of grievances. All I'm saying is the Democratic Party has got to take something like that and get beyond the petty politics and give me the authority to protect the citizens. Number two, I happen to be a big believer in Baltimore. You know, sure, the city's got some challenges, but what we need in the city is more jobs and more wages, right? So what is the legislature doing as I speak right now? There's a very successful new brewing business going that has developed here in Baltimore. Peabody Heights, and Waverly, and Union, and Heavy Seas, and all sorts of new brewers, craft brewers, have started up business. They hire people, they pay tax revenue. That's how we support healthcare and transportation and the schools. Well, what's the legislature in the process of doing right now?
Shutting them down?
Shutting down the craft brew industry. The bill is apparently got Talmadge Branch's name on it. He's a really great friend of mine. I love the guy, but my goodness, he's put in a bill that's going to kill one of the most vibrant economic job growth factors in the city of Baltimore as I speak. And you know, they asked Talmadge, gee, why are you doing that? And he said, well, actually, it's my bill, but I have no idea what there's in it. Apparently, it was all decided in a smoke-filled back room to use Talmadge's bill. So the poor guy isn't even aware of what the special interest did down there. But the fact that we're going to take these businesses that are in the city of Baltimore, that are so dynamic, and they produce beer. Is beer, I mean, I'm sorry, should the Democratic Party be against beer? I don't know, but it strikes me as...
It's un-American.
It's an unfortunate and disappointing blow against the city of Baltimore, because you are kind of ground zero for this new sector, and it's bursting out all over the place, and they're going to put a wet blanket on it and shut them down. And I'm like, really? You have to as...
But they're killing business.
Yeah, I mean, we need business to produce jobs and wages. And here are the Democrats in the last few days of the session pushing a bill. We're going to have a big rally out here in Baltimore County, I think, tonight. Pushing legislation that is going to benefit a couple of cronies, a couple of well-connected people in the smoke-filled back room, a couple of lobbyists. It's going to benefit them, and it's going to shut down all of these breweries. There are 80 of them around the state.
So is it illegal to criticize Democrats?
No, the Democrats just need to do their job. And I'm an independent Democrat. I'm a proud Democrat, but
it's like Democrats don't understand business.
Well, it's less that they just have bad leadership right now down in Annapolis. It's very unfortunate. It's become very power hungry, and I just gave you two examples: the Taxpayer Protection Act and the "we're going to kill all the brewers" bill that's moving through. Get this, with the chief sponsorship of someone from the city of Baltimore. And the city of Baltimore says, I mean, we need businesses.
Right.
We need people coming into the city.
I'm glad you mentioned the city of Baltimore.
You know what? We also need access to capital, right? You're talking about small businesses. You guys are thinking about cutting back on this brewery and these other businesses, and you look at some of these larger properties, like you see the new Sagamore, the new hotels went up in Fells Point, and you see some of these other businesses that are growing, but they're small business people who really need access to capital, right? You have people that have good ideas. You have companies like Doni's that are growing, and they need access to capital, even if it's small microloans. Microloans being in the neighborhood of anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000, and we need access to this capital to grow. But we're not getting access to this capital, which we can create jobs too. Small businesses really can create jobs, but is the state really building programs? Like, I obviously know about a little bit about TEDCO and some of these other neighboring entities that have put money in, but small businesses really need access to capital.
Couldn't agree with you more, and, hey, I'm not the governor, I'm not the speaker, I'm not the Senate president, I'm the comptroller,
Right.
collecting revenue, I'm on the Board of Public Works with the governor.
Right.
Happy to mention that. Go up to, let me just go back to the Brewers, go up to Waverly. You're talking about
Oh, yeah.
prospective new businesses. I'm talking about an existing small business in the city of Baltimore that's being put out of business by its own delegation. Now, come on, guys. I love you dearly. I love Kurt Anderson. I love the whole city delegation.
So am I to join the Republican Party?
No, I'm just saying, guys,
I'm pro-business.
well, you don't have to switch parties because it is the leadership. It is not the rank and file. The rank and file Democrats, believe me, given this situation with these brewers, existing small businesses.
I know, Mr. Comptroller.
They would be apoplectic. They would not want to switch parties, they would want to switch
But
leaders.
North and Patterson Park looks just like it did 50 years ago.
Well, that's.
When I was a baby and the riots were going on and the tanks were coming up North Avenue, North and Patterson Park looks the same way, and all they'll put come election time is vote for the Democrats, vote for the Democrats. And it's like, I look at the other side of North Avenue on the west side. Bob Ehrlich, he put money in the Coppin. 9-1 Democratic town. I'm starting to wonder, why am I a Democrat?
Yeah, you should be a Democrat, because the Democrats, the rank and file, and the legacy of our party is to stick up for the little guy. Now, I don't object to the fact that we can criticize some of the leaders of the Democratic Party who don't do their job, but the rank and file and the party itself, ideologically, is right where you want to be. Donald Trump, who is now the leader of the Republican Party, happens to be a reckless, irresponsible, vulgar, bad person. And he is the leader of the Republican Party, and so they are not the alternative. The alternative is, let's go out and get some new small business people. Let's get some new, maybe veterans that have been in the service for 8 to 10 years. Let's get them as Democrats to run for elected office, and let's get some new leaders in. And let's bring the party back to being fiscally moderate, doing their job, showing up. I mean, I go all over the state. It's hard for me to find Democratic officials, but if you gotta show up and be accountable to the constituents. And then, yeah, representing my statement to you, which is afflict the comfortable. That's what we should be doing. Comfort the afflicted.
Well, what is the other perspective? Because it seems like it's just black and white. It's easy to see that you're hurting when you're closing the breweries and you're closing the small business. What's the other perspective what are they pulling, if you can shed some light, what are they pulling from to do these things that seem to be obvious a bad idea for small businesses?
What are they thinking?
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
it's bad leadership. I mean, they're not bad people. I have a lot of respect for Talmadge Ranch, but they get bad information from a small number of people in a smoke-filled back room that tell them to do something. And then they say, you confront and say to Talmadge, why are you putting this bill in? It's gonna damage small businesses in Baltimore City. And he'll say, I thought they worked it all out. I didn't understand. I don't even know what these amendments are they put on the bill. And they push it through the House, and now they're gonna push it through the
And
Senate.
that's very shameful that they're passing these,
Isn't
that they're
that
pushing these
unbelievable?
bills through legislation, and they're introducing bills which they have no understanding about the amendments that were put in them. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it seems to be creating a real issue for not just minorities, but small businesses, and that there should be some real leadership.
It is
taking
crony
place,
capitalism, and it's bad management, bad leadership. That's the problem.
which has gotten us in this position.
I've been in
with
politics a
president.
long time, so I don't have clean hands myself, but I'm telling you, if we could get some new, young Democrats, former veterans,
I agree.
current small business people to run for these offices, who have a better understanding of the private sector, you'll see a resurgence in the Democratic Party, because we're a 2-3 to 1 Democratic state for a reason. It's because the Democrats, for all their flaws, have an agenda to help people. the Republicans have never been known for that. So,
Mr. Comptroller,
good luck with the White House if you wanna go over to the Republicans.
But North and Patterson Park,
I'm not having any of that.
it's insanity. The North and Patterson Park looks the same way it does 50 years ago. And then this whole thing about the Baltimore City Public Schools, $129 million deficit this April. Last year was a $60 million deficit. The year before, $50 million deficit. And now they're gonna tap the rainy day fund. And the governor, to his credit, he said he'll give up, what, 20, 30 million, but he wants an audit.
Yeah. New management, new administration, new oversight, new fiscal responsibility. But you can't at the same time run around putting existing businesses
Out
out
of
of
it.
existence. I mean, come on, guys, let's, if you're really focused on the city of Baltimore, it's not just more money, it's jobs and wages. And that's what's missing, and that's why I'm so frustrated with this current situation. I don't, defend my party as far as the lack of progress in the city of Baltimore. But I will say that the rank and file Democratic base is just not being well led, and the budgets are not being well administered. And that's the problem with just asking for money. We need to bring, as you say, the private sector into higher priority, because that's where the tax revenue comes for the schools and the hospitals and the roads and the mass transit and the this and the other thing.
The truth
Right
of-
now, it's all about money.
Truth of the matter, aren't some of our legislators tapped out? Aren't they maxed out? Isn't it time for them to go home?
No, I'm just saying, look, you asked what the Democratic Party needs to do. The Democratic Party needs to collectively do its job, show up, be fiscal moderates.
Well, I guess you said it indirectly. You said we need to get some new people in there.
Well, yeah, the present company accepted.
Well, I mean, being comptroller, that's no easy job.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm enjoying it, so thank you for that. Thank you for letting me come on, and if I can be of support to anyone in your network, please take advantage of it.
Yes, sir.
I don't,
We want to thank your staff. Can we put a plug in for some of the people on your staff?
yeah, Matt Menson, Matt, how are you doing? Great. Yeah, and Manny Welsh, who is very talented, knows a lot about Baltimore County, so you know he's got some black and blue marks being up there. And both of them are wonderful supporters of mine. They help me get around the state, and I spend almost all of my time talking to Marylanders because they're able to buttonhole me and say, you know, my husband hasn't paid child support for 8 years. I got this court order. Will you help me? And we do have a relationship with child services.
Have you ever been to the child support office?
I haven't been over there, but we're.
I've been there once or twice, and let me tell you, they could use a little polishing up there.
Polishing up there.
Oh yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Maryland State child support. Oh my God.
Okay, so I'll let that one go, but the point is, that someone can buttonhole me and say, I have a problem. It might just be on, you know, something unrelated to me, it might be an immigration issue. But to be accessible and be able to help people, that's the beauty of my job. Donnie, I couldn't do it without your help.
Thank you for being. And this isn't our first interview. This is one of many going back years. I remember, I think 06, around 02, 06, something like that. But we go back some time. So thank you for never changing. Actually, my first encounter with you, I was a social services commissioner, and you were a delegate from Montgomery County.
Yep.
And we both have grown a lot since then.
Yeah, people say that I've become more fiscally conservative. I've said, no, I've just gotten a broader perspective on what really makes us grow, which is the private sector. We need to pay attention to that. And but once again, let me just conclude by thanking Doni Glover for the job that he does, because without Doni, really, we don't have ways of communicating with people about what really is going on.
So maybe you'll do a Facebook Live press conference or something.
Yeah, if I could figure it out.
JK Media, he's the
Oh,
man.
good, cool, well, definitely.
Gotta give him your card.
Yeah, make sure, Manny has your card. Okay.
He wants to snap a picture before you go.
Okay.
So we're talking here with the comptroller of the state of Maryland, Peter Francho. He said he is not running for governor this time, but he wants us all to be fiscally responsible, and he wants you to know that